fragrance smells like excuse me, did I say that? Am I gonna get a strike? Will I get a YouTube strike? I won't. Just edit it. Guys, I just gotta tell you this. Don't get this. First and foremost, your boy is sharp today. Okay, your boy is clean, guys. Just look at the way the suit lays on your boy. Look at that. It's a beautiful double-breasted suit from Spear & McKay. I'm rocking the vintage Ralph Lauren tie, vintage Ralph Lauren pocket square. Yeah. Really good, man. It's your boy Darian, man. I'm the bow tie fragrance guy. In case you guys have not heard, I just launched my 3 new fragrances in collaboration with Navitus Parfums. I'm gonna make sure I link them where you can go ahead and pick these fragrances up. Guys, there are 3 fragrances. One is Sartorial Nuit. We have Eau Debonair, and we also have Divine Aphrodisiac. Guys, right now we're gonna be running a promotion where if you buy 1 fragrance, you get 15% off. 2 fragrances, you get 20% off. 3, 30. 4 plus, you get 40% off your total. Just add it to your cart. You don't even have to do anything. The discount will apply automatically. So go ahead, guys, click on the link and go ahead and pick up these fragrances while supplies last and get the discounts on my 3 new releases in collaboration with Navitus Parfums. YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy Darren. I'm the bow tie fragrance guy. I talk about fragrance, fashion, men's lifestyle. So if any of that stuff is interesting to you, I hope you will consider subscribing to this. Get to hit the bell icon as well. That way it gives us a shot that YouTube may let you know when I upload new content on this channel. So guys, on today's video, we're going to be talking about the House of AMOUAGE. AMOUAGE is considered the gift of kings, and I firmly believe that. It's the gift of kings. I mean, if you look at the fragrances from the House of AMOUAGE, when I look for a great fragrance or a brand that I want to invest into, they kind of cover all the bases for me. They have some very unique creations. I love the presentation. Pretty much they perform well across the board. So again, pretty much everything I look for in a fragrance or in a fragrance brand, you know, AMOUAGE pretty much represents. Now, I've done videos before on the House of AMOUAGE, and since my last video, which if you haven't seen, I'll make sure I link it here somewhere, I've acquired more bottles. Now, we're not going to talk about any of the Extrait de Parfum fragrances like Reflection 45, Interlude 53. We're not including those fragrances, but the general range that has been marketed towards men. I have 23 offerings. I want to talk to you guys about my top 20. As I told you guys before, I think this is a good way for me to kind of introduce my collection to you guys without having to bring everything downstairs and do one collective video. I like to go house by house. So if you want to see what's on the list of my top 20 fragrances from the House of AMOUAGE, you know the routine, man. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it.
The Bow Tie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Let's go ahead and jump into the video. Now, really quickly, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about this. That says a poor dog that will not wag his own tail. And that is certainly not me. So I want to remind you guys, if you have not went over to NavitussParfums.com yet and picked up 1, 2, or all 3 of my new releases that I've done in collaboration with Navitus, make sure you head over there and do that. It's linked down below. Right now, you can get all 3 of the fragrances, and the more you buy, the more you save. All right, guys, so AMOUAGE. I have 23 fragrances. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on each of these because I don't want this video to be too lengthy. But I will say, in the 23rd spot, well, let me go back. I love all the fragrances that I have, or at least a strong like, for all the fragrances that I have in my AMOUAGE collection, with the exception of this first one. And that's why it's in the dead last 23rd spot. And it's this fragrance right here. It's called Figment Man. Figment Man. Now, the bottle is beautiful, right? The bottle is beautiful, but sometimes you can get a little little bit too creative, all right? Because this fragrance smells like, excuse me, that? Am I going to get a strike? Will I get a YouTube strike? I won't. Just edit it. God, I just got to tell you, this. Don't get this. While I can be honest and tell you there's some kind of redeeming qualities to this fragrance as it dries down, it takes a while to get to that point. The opening, man, this is just very earthy and soily. Again, it smells like piss at points. Like, just don't get this one, man. So we're not going to spend a lot of time on this. This is in the 23rd spot for a reason. This is Figment Man. Now, outside of Figment Man, I do at least like a very strong like all the other fragrances in my AMOUAGE collection. But the 22nd spot goes to this one. It's the original release. This is called Gold Man. AMOUAGE Gold. And guys, this is the reason this fragrance is in the 22nd spot, because the opening for me is a little bit challenging. There's a very prominent note of civet, which can be very musky, almost fecal to some degree. And you really get a lot of that in the opening of this fragrance. There's a lot of civet in this fragrance. Now, there's some florals in here, some woody floral musk, I think. So some musk, some florals in here, and when it dries down, this is a very classy scent. But again, the beginning can be a little off-putting for me. So with all the other fragrances I have, I love more than this one. I don't dislike it, but it's in the 22nd spot. This is AMOUAGE Gold Man. Now, in the 21st spot, this fragrance right here is a clean, just kind of soapy fragrance. Not a lot of people talk about this one, but I think this was probably the second release from all the, in the whole range of AMOUAGE fragrances. This is AMOUAGE Silver Man. And again, like I said, not spending a lot of time on each of these, but if you like a clean, soapy fragrance, this is one that you're going to like. Again, nothing bad to say about this one. Doesn't smell like the typical AMOUAGE fragrance, so I think it kind of gets dismissed for that reason, but it smells amazing. So check this one out, guys. Again, this is called Silver Man. All right, guys, so into the top 20 we go. In the 20th spot, if I were going just off bottle presentation, this would be even higher. It's one of the newest acquisitions to my AMOUAGE collection, but I do really like it, and it's called Portrayal Man. Portrayal Man. Now, this particular fragrance, man, the bottle's gorgeous, first of all. It's got this kind of psychedelic, multicolored thing going on here, which I really, really enjoy. And when I first smelled this fragrance, I wasn't a fan. It kind of reminded me of Fahrenheit from Dior, which is a fragrance I need to go back and revisit now because my nose has, my taste has changed. I may like it now, but I've never really been a fan of that fragrance. It gives off a kind of petrol vibe with this fragrance, but it's really nice. I was in Neiman Marcus, I think in Charlotte, and one of my subscribers was in the store. We talked for a moment, and he had this fragrance on a test strip, and he let me smell the strip, and I'm like, wow, what is that? And it was this fragrance right here. It has cade oil, violet leaves, and vetiver. Those are the main notes, but there's more to that in this scent. But anyway, it's really, really good, man. If you get past that kind of petrol opening, which isn't that bad, this is something I think that you'll really, really enjoy. This is a really, really nice fragrance. So in the 20th spot is this one right here. This is called Portrayal Man. All right, guys. Now in the 19th spot, this is actually another fragrance that I did not have the first time I talked about my AMOUAGE fragrances. But the more I wear this, the more I am loving this fragrance. And it's going to move up on my list. This is an amazing scent. One of the more recognizable fragrances from the brand. This is called Epic Man. And this is in a green bottle. Now, if Interlude Man is the blue beast, this is the green beast. This thing goes on my skin for days. This has pink pepper. There's some styrax in here. There's some sandalwood in here, some cedarwood, a little bit of incense. Amazing fragrance. This is such a classy scent. I can get carried on talking about these, so I'm going to try to keep it moving really fast, but it's a good one. It's a classic, and it's good. Check this one out. This is called Epic Man. Coming in right now at the 18th spot. The last time I did this fragrance, I told you guys, sometimes I don't know where to put this fragrance. Sometimes it's in my top 10. Sometimes it's near the bottom. It just depends, man. Sometimes I guess it's the time of the year, how I'm feeling at the time. But right now, I'll put this in the 18th spot. This one is called Memoir Man. Memoir Man. This kind of has a minty vibe to it with absinthe. And so it's kind of smoky. It's not got a whole lot going on in here, but when it really comes together to be an amazing scent. This is one of the most unique and most creative fragrances from the whole range. It comes in this kind of black, transparent bottle. Again, it's an amazing fragrance. But right now where I am, you know, I'm just feeling some of the other ones more. The last time I did this fragrance, it was in the top 10. But anyway, it's a good one. Check it out. This is called Memoir Man. All right, now in the 17th spot, we have this one right here. It's called Honor Man. Honor Man. This is another one that I think kind of flies under the radar for most people because this is definitely not the typical kind of AMOUAGE DNA in this fragrance. This is a really peppery fragrance. I think it has black pepper and pink pepper in it, as well as I think maybe nutmeg. So you kind of get this slightly spicy sweetness that comes from the nutmeg, and maybe even sandalwood because it gets kind of creamy as it dries down. But this is an amazing fragrance. This is probably the best office fragrance of all of the AMOUAGE fragrances, and that's typically when I wear this. It smells amazing, man. I think this one deserves more attention. But anyway, check it out. This one is called Honor Man. All right, guys. Now coming in at the 15th spot on this list, oh man, this is probably gonna surprise some of you because I know this is some people's favorite. Let's just show you the bottle and I'll talk to you about it just a little bit. This is called Overture Man. Overture Man. Now this particular fragrance really is a masterpiece in its own right, but for me personally, there's one note in here that throws me off, and it's the cumin. There's a lot of cumin in the opening of this fragrance, and it's kind of animalic, and it takes about 10 minutes for that cumin to kind of subside, but everything else about this fragrance to me makes it a masterpiece. But for me personally, the cumin kind of messes it up because it's boozy with this cognac in it. It has my favorite spices of nutmeg and cinnamon. I had a little bit of incense on it when it dries down. Again, this is an amazing scent. It's just for me, the cumin messes it up a little bit in the opening. And I have other ones that I really, really love. So right now I put in the 15th spot, but trust me guys, we can get past that cumin in the opening. This is an amazing fragrance. This one is called Overture Man. All right guys, now in the 14th spot, this one is called Enclave. Enclave, and this is really a spicy, minty fragrance. To me, that features a note of mint and cinnamon. Of course, there's other things going on in here, but I'm gonna keep it really short and sweet. This is a good fragrance right here, done by Julian Rasquinet. Again, mint, cinnamon, and I think vanilla as it dries down. Great for the fall and winter. Check this one out. This is called Enclave. All right, guys, I'm sorry for messing up my numbers here. This is actually the 14th spot. Enclave was in the 15th spot. Overture was in the 16th spot. So forgive me. So the 14th spot goes to the fougere of the collection, and this is called Bracken Man. Bracken Man. This is a fougere with some very prominent green qualities to this scent. Primarily, you're going to get some lavender in here. And I love the cinnamon nutmeg combination of spices as this fragrance dries down. Again, an amazing aromatic fougere. One that has really grown on me a lot since I've had it in the collection. I felt that I would like it based on the note breakdown, but this is one of the ones that the more I wear it, the higher this one moves up the list. If I ever revisited this list, this one may be higher. I am really enjoying this one because I really do I really love a good fougere from time to time. Oh, this stuff smells amazing. This might need to be higher, man. But anyway, right now in the 14th spot, this is Bracken Man. All right, guys. So coming in the 13th spot on this list, very creative scent. This one is called Imitation Man. Definitely in the top 5 bottles in the entire collection. That bottle is absolutely gorgeous. And the fragrance is very gorgeous and creative as well. The main notes to my nose is going to be Turkish rose. You're going to get a slightly powdery vibe with this one as well. Well, actually, it's very powdery. And that comes from the violet that is in this fragrance. And then you also have leather. Leather castoreum kind of gives this almost smoky vibe to this scent. And this one is really, really special, really creative. So check this one out, guys. And the 13th spot, lucky number 13, this is Imitation Man. All right, guys, now coming in at the 12th spot on this list, this is one of the most classic fragrances from the AMOUAGE range, and this is the Blue Beast Interlude Man. Interlude Man, and you guys know what this is. It's a very smoky fragrance with old Pomponax, You have some incense in here. You guys know what this fragrance is, but for me, over the course of the years, this fragrance has kind of fell a little bit down on the scale for me in my overall AMOUAGE collection, just because one of the things I've taken into consideration is wearability. And honestly, for me personally, everybody else can do what they would like to do. People say you can wear what you want when you want. Some people, you can go ahead in the summertime if you want to and put 30 sprays of Interlude Man on if you want to. But for me, this is really reserved for really, really cool temperatures. So I don't get to wear this as much as some of the others in my collection. Although it is really good and I do love it, there's a slightly sweet, spicy quality to this that goes along with all the smokiness from the Alpapanax and the incense and all the other stuff that's going on in this fragrance. But again, I just have some for me personally right now that's more wearable. So the 12th spot for me goes to the Blue Beast. This is Interlude Man. Now, right outside of the top 10, this is a very creative scent. And this one is called Sunshine Man. Sunshine Man. And some people really don't know what to make of this fragrance, because when you think sunshine, obviously you think summertime. Although when you smell this, this isn't really the typical summer fragrance. To me, this is more, has a DNA that is more appropriate for the fall. The fall to me is the perfect time to wear Sunshine Man. You have some brandy in here. It's like orange brandy. So it's like this orange brandy combination with lavender. Very unique combination and pairing of notes. There's some Immortelle in here, which kind of gives this almost gourmand feel to this scent. So you have some Immortelle here. It's kind of a lot going on, but it meshes very well together to create a very creative, amazing fragrance. This is one of those things where there's nothing else on the market that smells like Sunshine Man. Absolutely nothing else on the market. Very creative scent, and I love it for its creativity and uniqueness. It's in the 11th spot. This is a darn good fragrance. This is called Sunshine Man. All right, guys, so coming in at the 10th spot, one of the more recent creations from AMOUAGE, and it's one that I love. I love this kind of scent DNA. This is called Boundless. This is called Boundless. This is bourbon vanilla. This is cacao. There's a little bit of smoke in this one as well, but this is an amazing fragrance. Like I said, don't want to go on and on. I need to review all these fragrances because I really love my AMOUAGE stuff. But again, this is in the top 10 for a reason. This is another one that's kind of moving up the ranks the longer that I have it. If you love bourbon vanilla, if you love cacao, this is one you'll probably love. So check it out. This is called Boundless. All right, guys. Now coming in at the 9th spot, this one is called Beloved Man. Beloved Man. For a while, this one was a little bit harder to get than some of the other fragrances from AMOUAGE. And really what you get here is this almost fresh spiciness that comes from LME resin in the opening, combined with orange. There's a little bit of some cardamom that gives a little bit more of this kind of almost sweet, spicy kick to this scent. Oh man, this is an amazing fragrance. Like I said, this one is very subtle and sits kind of close to the skin. It lasts for a long time, but it's very, very subtle. Almost kind of unlike AMOUAGE as well when you think about the subtlety of this fragrance, because a lot of them are very, kind of in your face. But don't sleep on it. This is another gentleman scent right here. Very unique in the 9th spot. This is called Beloved Man. All right, guys. Now coming in at the 8th spot. This is one of the more recent acquisitions as well. One of the more recent fragrances added to the AMOUAGE range. And I am in love with this scent. It will be higher on the list if I talk about these again. This is Meander. Meander. This is an amazing fragrance. It's right up my alley. This fragrance smells like carrot cake. It smells like carrot cake. It has carrot seeds in it. You have a very creamy, rich, buttery nature that goes into this fragrance that comes from the orris butter, which is what we used in one of my fragrances. But that orris gives it a very creaminess, slightly powdery, and you have that creaminess, additional creaminess from sandalwood. This stuff is amazing, guys. Check it out. It's in the 8th spot. This is called Meander. Coming in at the 7th spot on this list, this is one of my favorites as well. And guys, this is kind of hard for me to say favorites in these top 10. I love all of them. I love all my AMOUAGE fragrances for the most part, except Figment, man. But guys, I put them in order. So here we go. Number 7, this is Beach Hut. Beach Hut, man. The last time I did this list, this was a little bit higher. It's all about how I'm feeling at the time. This is kind of a very minty, green, slightly kind of aromatic scent. Oh man, it is so good. It is so good. There's a kind of herbal quality to this one as well, but it is fantastic. So in the seventh spot, again, this one is called Beach Up Man. All right, and just outside of the top five, this is the first fragrance that I have from the house of AMOUAGE, and this made me a lover of the note of rose. This is Lyrik Man. Lyrik Man. Now this bottle is almost gone. I need a new one, but of course you guys know what you get here. This is rose. Bright, fresh rose. It's like you walk out in the morning. If you had a rose, it's like with rose with a little bit of a dew in the morning on that rose. Nice rose with a dark richness that comes from incense. Again, a little bit of lively, citrusy opening from lime. This stuff is amazing, man. So check this one out. This is called Lyrik Man. All right, now coming in at the fifth spot, I love what AMOUAGE did with this fragrance when they replaced some of the more smokier aspects with a more creamier presentation of this fragrance and the powderiness of iris. This is AMOUAGE Interlude Black Iris, and this is in the number 5 spot. This stuff is absolutely amazing. Again, you smell the DNA of the original Interlude, man, but underneath that DNA is an amazing fragrance that has, just this very powdery, almost nutty nuance to it now that takes the DNA to me to the next level. It's made it more wearable and for me even more enjoyable, and that's why this is in the 5th spot. Again, this is called Interlude Black Iris. All right, guys, now coming in at the 4th spot, this is a fragrance that I've talked about a lot here. I would say over the past year, I've talked a lot about this fragrance, and it's still in my top 5. And although I feel like my AMOUAGE collection is pretty much complete for at least for a little while, it still managed to be in the top 5. I love this scent. This is called Dia Man. This is Dia Man. And this is plums, peony, vetiver, and a slight bit of incense in the background. You don't get a whole lot of the incense in this one. You do get some of the vetiver, but really this is about the peony flowers and the plum. This is a fantastic fragrance, and again, for a lot of the die-hard, hardcore AMOUAGE fragrance lovers, they probably don't have this one as high on their list because it's not very AMOUAGE-like. But it's one that I really, really enjoy, and that's why it's in the 4th spot. Again, this one is called Dia Man. When I first read the note breakdown for this fragrance, I knew it was one I had to have. Not to mention the fact that the bottle to me was one of the best presentations. This is probably in my top 10 presentations in my entire collection. But again, when I read the note breakdown on this fragrance, I knew I had to have it. And this one comes in the 3rd spot. This is Journeyman. This is Journeyman. Look, you could not have a more gorgeous presentation than this burgundy and gold combination. This is in a beautiful bottle, beautiful fragrance. Mainly what you're going to get here, and these are the 3 notes that intrigue me: tobacco, tonka bean, and it's very spicy, a Sichuan pepper in this fragrance. This stuff is amazing. This is amazing. It simply is. I have a backup bottle of this fragrance that I love it so much. And again, that's what this is all about, guys. What do we really love? What resonates with us? What speaks to us? And this is one that really speaks to me. And that's why it's on the list in the 3rd spot, man. Check this one out, guys. Again, this is called Journeyman. And in the number 2 spot, obviously one that needs absolutely no introduction, this is Reflection. No matter how many fragrances I added to my AMOUAGE collection, it has always been difficult to smell my range of fragrances I have from AMOUAGE and not consider this to be one of the top 3. It's never been outside of the top 3, honestly the top 2 for good reason. I love everything about this fragrance. I love everything about it. Definitely to me, the most easiest to wear in the entire collection, followed by Dia and probably Honor Man. This is an amazing fragrance. It is a classic in the community for a reason. This is the only one I have that doesn't have a magnetic cap. If you guys can see this. This is the old school version of this. I am savoring this fragrance because I love it. Definitely getting another bottle when I run out, man. Check it out. White florals, sandalwood. You know what time it is with this one? This is, of course, Reflection Man. And in the number one spot, when you think about AMOUAGE, when you think about the phrase that this has been titled the gift of kings, this is what I think about. To me, this encompasses what Middle Eastern perfumery is all about. This encompasses what this fragrance house, to me, is all about. And that's why it's in the number one spot. The celebratory scent, this is Jubilation 25. Jubilation 25. My gosh. Again, if I had to pick a fragrance that just smells like what I think AMOUAGE should smell like, the quality, the creativity, the Middle Eastern flair, this is it, man. Blackberries in this fragrance. You have a Pomponax in this fragrance. I mean, again, you name it is in this fragrance, man. One of the best in most people's estimation, no matter who you talk to, one of the best from the entire range of fragrances. One of the most popular fragrances, and it gets all the accolades that I feel like it deserves because it's just that freaking good. This is what AMOUAGE Perfumery, in my humble opinion, is all about. It's in this bottle right here, man. So make sure you guys check this one out. This is the Gift of Kings. This one's in the number one spot for a reason. This is Jubilation 25. But all right, guys, that is it, man. That's my time. I hope you enjoyed this video today as I gave you my top 20 fragrances from the house of AMOUAGE, where I really talked about my entire collection, all 23, but really highlighted the top 20 from the collection. Like I said, I like to do these kind of videos because instead of me just trying to bring down or run through my entire collection, when you look at a collective list that has all of my fragrances from a particular brand, you can kind of get a feel for the collection itself. But as always, I sincerely appreciate your time and your attention to these videos. You guys don't have to watch, but you do. And I sincerely appreciate that. And don't forget to make sure you take a few moments to go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you guys are sharing these videos out to some other folks that you think could use this information or find it entertaining. Because I am your boy, Darian. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love to look good, and of course, I love to smell amazing. So until next time, guys, keep looking good. Keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.